Hi everyone, welcome back. We are back for some more Z2R. Here's Standard Tournament 2022 between the Alan Heffley and JJ Schmidt. If you are just tuning in, we are on race 2 out of 3 for tonight. I'm Star, and I'm commentating this one with Eleanor again. How are you doing still?
I can't get enough Z2.
Works for me. We've done a apparently I have been scatterbrained with my mic again. There we are. Sorry about that if you couldn't hear me clearly earlier. We are managing everything, speedrunning stuff, and they will be off pretty soon. Just doing one or two last things. 5 minutes is about the minimum time I can manage for a turnover, and we'll be off again very shortly. What are you looking forward to in this race? TH versus JJ Schmidt, or resident admin versus another longtime community runner? Should be fun.
I'm looking forward to the same thing. I always look for these races. Vanilla biomes.
Yes, those are fun.
We had some vanilla shuffle in the last race. It led to some cool, exciting routing. We had some islands. That's trolly. So as long as we stay away from vanilla shuffle Death Mountain, I think it's gonna be a good one. This is a 1-0 match here between TAH and JJ Schmidt.
Yep. So it should be interesting because we're going again right about now.
And we're off. Both of our runners choosing excellent sprites from the many available non-default sprites.
Yep, this is a dried canyon as we find Palace 2 right by start.
Yeah, dried canyon may be the easiest biome.
Just because it's so open-ended. There is no blocks to anything most of the time, unless you happen to get a particularly poorly placed lake or some such thing.
JJ Schmidt manages to take out that red Dyra in Parappa Cave here and only gets 50 points for his efforts.
Although, maybe not, because this looks a little bit more segmented than a typical. It looks to be too short vertically or horizontally. It might actually be a Caldera variant upon further examination. Might have called that a bit early, we'll see. JJ finding the router here. I totally missed jump spell according to chat, thank you. Yeah, actually looks like a Caldera, potentially of some type. We'll confirm for sure. TH finding another cave. Certainly a pretty open-ended though in this particular segment of the map at least, which is nice for getting to early places. Gonna be an item here for TH as JJ gets the jump spell.
Yeah, open-ended seeds early can be a little bit difficult to tell which biome you're in. Could be vanilla-like, could be dried canyon. I haven't really seen real. Oh man, that's getting very mountainous. I don't know what this is.
It's open-ended at first, but then you're gonna have to find something to somewhere as Trails spots the raft.
Man, that's the worst thing when you're in Medicine Cave. If you get all the way to the point where you spot the item, but you die and it's just a pea bag, you're like, okay, good. I don't have to do that nonsense again. I'm out.
Hammerlock Cave there on JJ's side. We're still wandering. We do locate Stonehenge with a candle on it, so can't complain too much early in the game.
Yeah, definitely the best time to find the candle is right away as soon as you start the scene with all of these dark caves in the west that they're going to have to go through.
And just wandering, looking for things for both runners. They've already gone in totally different directions.
TH spotted a small key in the small enemy drop pool.
Always good to have. So actually, they're crisscrossing here in the near Stonehenge, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, JJ spotted Medicine Cave, but didn't walk through.
Nope.
Decided
we are both now in the same cave.
Yep.
All of these tyrants, which is fun. Boomerangs galore.
Yep. Vanilla hard container cave, man. Attack 1 is just garbage.
These arrows are taking a lot of hits. There's a key for JJ.
JJ thankfully also getting past attack 1, hopefully to some better damage.
And a heart container. Considering how bad attack currently was, yeah, you'll take that.
Can I blame Fred? I still want to blame Fred. Right.
Here's attack 2 for TAH. He is up to 223 now. 212 for JJ.
Yep, JJ gonna dip back into this medicine container, medicine cave. I think when he saw it the first time, his thought was sort of just, well, I want a little bit more experience before I come in here. Also, having the candle certainly makes this cave a whole lot easier.
Yep, because you can actually see what's shooting at you.
Yeah, this enemy set not that bad, but could have been much worse. You never really know until you get to the end.
We seem to be very locked off here. I'm not sure what's our way out of here, but there's not a... We've, I think, seen most of the things to do in this segment of the map. Still not sure what biome this is beyond it's segmented of some type.
Yeah, could still be vanilla-like, I think. Maybe not with the east. Yeah, I think Caldera is still probably our best bet.
This looks a lot like the western side of the Caldera. That cave there would be our way out. Yep, that's a Caldera.
Yep.
That's a slightly unusual place for the connector cave, but that is the cave. That is a Caldera, all right. One with a palace at the western end of it. Slightly busted Caldera, so that's fun.
JJ deciding he wants to finish searching the last of this northwest corner before going through the pass-through.
So Calderas, one where you're gonna have to come into that Caldera from the other side because it looked a little funky and placed the, almost at the western exit instead of the usual 2 exits you normally get in a Caldera. Sometimes the game says be a bit too wonky. No one checking for Bagu. I mean, Saria's not gonna be particularly helpful in the Caldera biome, so I don't really blame them.
Unless there's a lake or something on the other side that ends up spawning, it's more likely than not that they're sort of just both sides of Saria are hanging out next to each other. Yeah,
and both runners now, having cleared out the entirety of the western side, are going to head to the eastern side. That's the Caldera here.
Them picking up the jump spell is nice because they are going to need it here.
Yep.
Thankfully, jump. Not terribly expensive. They're not going to have to do any extra grinding to be able to make it through.
323 now for JJ, TAH 233, and no life. That is a death, as I say that.
Yep. JJ not interested in taking many magic levels right now without anything good to cast with it.
Lots and lots of boomerangs. Yep, that's when you get when you've got a whole lot of careers.
Yep. The rising crouch stabs doing a good job of keeping him safe as he takes him down.
And we technically do not have a lake on the other side. I was going to be intrigued if there was a lake right there, because that has happened more than once.
Yep. JJ,
we're good.
Seeing the great news that he's got the weirdo Caldera, just gonna keep searching.
So you can kind of tell with the palace being then where it was, as we find Shield and Rudo on the eastern side of them.
JJ finding P-Bag Cave with a magic jar. Not terribly relevant yet, but you usually need at least 1 magic container to beat a seed. Horsehead is going to neigh with our trophy today, so not likely to see our runner spending too much time digging that out. Go west to find the candle. Thanks.
Gee, thank you. You know, the second item we found the seed as we find GP and a vanilla shuffle DM, was that? Oh,
that is what it was!
I spot fun!
Oh, go westify the raft! Thank you, Hint Man! Why did you say you knew nothing?
At least that would then free up the hint slot to be hinting something maybe a bit more useful than, the thing they found 2 minutes into the scene.
Yeah, there's 2 of our 4 hints down the drain.
Yep, thank you. Much appreciated. We're gonna get down to average JJ. TAH is going to pick up the Skull here at Asaria.
Not great finds so far.
No, let's say it is not being particularly friendly.
Thankfully, we're already out of the woods for the horrors of all 3 spells being required, but all 3 spell items being required like it was the previous scene.
And life spell, yeah, life and shield behind Nito and Bruno, so that's good, but currently, as JJ gets the oh so much appreciated raft hint, their way off is not looking fun right now.
Yeah, it does mean that we're at least somewhat likely to not see either runner get shield or life, which is going to make the late game a little bit spooky.
We do know that Trophy is in P1, so not the worst place potentially, depending on where P1 is and if there's any info. And what the status of the game is, races at that point, right?
Yep,
but
nope.
Right now, yeah, nah. Go ahead.
No Bagu's Woods hint from the bot.
No, medicine is in the west, oh, right? That means we have one other item outstanding besides, because we have not actually found the medicine.
Yep, that's going to be hanging out in our magic container cave.
TH finding GP. And really, the only part of the west that's left is the south and eastern part of it, because they're here in the northeastern bit.
I'm kind of curious. Neither runner saw a route there initially. It looks on JJ's screen like you can walk down, but I was just excited for the very slim possibility of Asaria pass-through being required.
It would be really dumb, but it's not impossible.
Our runner's not searching for a Bagu gonna come back and bite them?
We have found all 4 towns, and we have found 2 of the 3 palaces, but no thirds in the caldera. So really, it's, Corset has it, yep, choice trophy, and we know that one of the 2 remaining items is the medicine. As TH finds the magic jar JJ got earlier. JJ gets the helpful candle hint. So really all that's in the south is going to be the set of Saria and the 2 remaining items, potentially. Which is walkable. Not seeing much here, though.
Oh, they were only 1 tile away from this being blocked off.
Yes, they were, but there's Trophy Cave.
I was slightly confused about which cave was left by JJ's tracker, but we are seeing. Oh yeah, just a medicine there. Okay, so it is still. Did we find magic container? Oh, that's right, the trophy cave. Yeah, the original magic container cave had the medicine, and then trophy cave was the one that had the magic container. They were reversed this scene.
And I miscounted. We've seen all items in the west now, and TH is finding Palace 5 here in the caldera. A very yellow color today.
Our 3rd hint for JJ, Death Mountain holds a flute.
That is an interesting one. Gonna probably want to poke around this lovely vanilla shuffle DM for that. Which is what he is now doing, not feeling like taking palaces with new items as we find cave. Okay, that's nice.
Hammer Cave just barely not vanilla.
Yep, in the Spectacle Rock location instead. I can't complain. Pretty accessible from where they got dumped out at.
If this ends up being
spend the next 10 minutes finding his way out of here.
Yeah, if this ends up being the flute, then it'll be very, very nice for JJ. But yeah, the only way off the continent seems to be through this Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain, and boy, we're in for a time. TAH already, though, in this Palace 5, has found his way to Gooma.
Yep, might as well give him a go. Gonna be need to take some slow and safe strats. Gooma's not fun on these levels.
Yep.
And we're gonna find out what the item here in Hammer Cave is. That is a heart container, so Flute is in Spectacle Rock. Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
That's gonna be fun.
TH is taking safe strats using this off-screen strat, keep the mace despawned, stab him when he comes in. It's slow, but it's safe.
Yep, and that's what you really want to do when you're fighting Gooma on attack 3. And 5 hearts, that's 14 minutes into a race.
Yeah. And it's attack 3 is not bad, but it's not good either. It's just gonna take him 30 or 40 stabs here. JJ is going to begin the wonderful task of mapping out the entirety of this Death Mountain. Or not.
Okay, he's out of here.
He's hoping maybe that he can find something else here. Maybe he too wants to dip into 5?
Maybe, or at least see what the palace is.
He's got a couple keys already from these enemies, so.
And by the way, in better news, we got a restreamer for the 11. Krista's back up in commission again. Yay!
Woo! All the chickens rejoice.
Oh, indeed.
TAH still has not taken a hit, being very safe. And if he ends up not having to revisit this, it could potentially be a pretty good time save later.
Oh yeah, because this is not a fast fight. It's going on 4 minutes, I think, now. But it works.
Yep. Honestly, with how short this P5 was, this is still shorter than your average P5.
Yes. Which is saying something about this palace. Lag for JJ on that encounter. But he is also with, looking at 5 now, and hits the statue and is like, no thanks. Fair enough.
TAH has taken down Gooma. And get a 50-point P-Bag as his reward.
Womp womp.
Much more reasonably, gonna get to place his first gem of the seed at only 16 minutes.
Nice, I think this is Magic 4, which isn't bad at this point. We'll take that, and we'll see if he decides to take a quick peek around for the item. Nope, is out of here. Don't blame him. 5 is a pretty ugly idea to dig on. Still low-ish levels on the low equipment.
Yeah, TAH is going all the way back to the west end of the west. He's going to do P2.
Yep, immediate key lock. Thanks.
No, he is not going to do P2.
Yeah, he only has 2 keys per the pause menu there, and decides maybe I want to save that for later. It is right next to start, so it's not hard to get back here. Where is he going?
I think TH may have had 1 or 2 caves that he didn't get here in the west end of the west.
Maybe, JJ using, we can see on our end, though you guys can on the restream, his tracker to start mapping out what on earth is going on in this Death Mountain, because Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain is fun!
Yeah, there's a number of trackers that are available, and both of our runners using Angry Larry's tracker, which is old school favorite of some old school Z2 runners, but V3.2 does have a Death Mountain tracker. It was built for back in the 3.0 days when basically all Death Mountains were Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain equivalents.
Yep.
But what he's doing is he's gonna mark off each of these entrances that he sees so that he can eventually start to know just by looking at an entrance that he's already seen the other side of it and doesn't need to path all the way through it.
Yeah. We did see Spectral Rock directly north of the area JG was just in, though in Vanilla Shuffled, that direction means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, how to get directly north? Easy. Go south 4 times.
Exactly. Vanilla entrance is not it. At least I think that's vanilla entrance. I tend to play this way for brain of it. My first memory of both you and Zarnax is the two of you getting ridiculously lost in the 3.0 Death Mountain against each other.
Ah, they were certainly something.
Yes, they were. I think Zarnax won by getting unlost faster.
Yeah, definitely my favorite innovation of the modern version of the randomizer is the ability for caves to go where they're actually pointed. Going east, taking you east. It's a foreign concept, but it's very valuable.
Foreign concept for east to take you east, indeed. Welcome to Random.
Yeah. But it's good that Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain exists. I definitely wouldn't want it every time, and I don't like to run it myself, but it's in small quantities. It's a nice little spicy change of pace.
Yep, TH has resigned himself. It's time to get going. He's probably not thrilled about it, but here he is. So he's gonna get his heart container out of Hammer Cave. Is going to end up probably taking that at some point in here as well. On non-existent life. Yep.
I was gonna say if he made it through without taking a hit, he would be able to recover, but
he's also got 5. He also had 5 lives there. Picked up a couple 1-ups from someplace, so that's not bad at least.
Yeah,
good thing in Vanilla Shuffle DM.
For sure. I've seen some really nasty early Vanilla Shuffle DMs where the only thing you could really do was grind just to be able to clear it reasonably. And getting extra lives could be a big part of that.
Oh yeah. So at this point, TH looks to be a couple minutes behind JJ, essentially because of a 5-minute P5 dig, approximately. But Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain is a real roulette. You pick caves and hope you're going in the right direction. JJ has now found the way to Spectacle Rock, at least. Assuming he wrote it down correctly to get back there later, because that's always tricky.
Unfortunately, doesn't have the hammer now.
As TH gets its heart, but right now it's either of them could find that one cave out of here first, depending on routing. So JJ's obviously had more time to look at caves, while JH only just got here, so we'll see who gets out of here first.
JJ finding his way to the longest connector.
Which is more connectors. Welcome to DM. It's fun. And that's enough of JJ. Down to his last life here, which is important to note. TH has many more lives, and that bay would be kinda nasty right now for JJ.
Yeah, this is where they're sad about neither runner having picked up shield or life spell. Alright, so I think JJ has been in this particular cave before, so he's gonna take a different exit this time.
Yep.
Working his way through these forks. Oh, 1-up very timely for JJ though.
Oh yeah, you do, especially once you get to the east, you don't know where your next up-a location will be on the east. Or apparently Maze Island, because that works too.
Okay, so if my remembering is right, which it almost certainly isn't, we see JJ pick up his child as his first item. If my remembering is right, that actually isn't that long of a route. JJ sort of just took a very roundabout way to get to it because it was only a couple of rooms away from that three-way junction. And I think JJ found a quicker way to that earlier.
Yeah, found a child here, by the way, so we'll be able to turn that in whenever he finds Darunia, wherever that is. Because we do see both a bridge tile and a raft tile, which will both get them to the east at this point, as we find the second item.
Yeah, and with them already finding all 4 spells out of the west and none of them being required, that child is extremely likely to have been required.
Oh yeah, 3 in 4 chance at this, 3 in 4 chance, yeah, that one of those 3 required spells is on Darunia, if possible, to make sure my math was right. As we find P1, yeah, you might as well take a look in here.
Yeah, JJ still got, again, I think he's got at least 2 keys still in reserve, so even without Fairy or the magical key, he probably should be able to at least get the boss or the item, if not both.
And that is a good point for Mirai in chat. Bridge and raft to the east sounds like vanilla. You're not wrong, to be honest.
Yeah, that's always a distinct likelihood.
Yeah, because as we do with this in our Vanilla Shuffle DM, Vanilla and Vanilla Shuffled continents will always have the same number and type of connector as the vanilla game for that continent. So Deathbound had 2 connector caves. Vanilla and Vanilla Shuffled East will have a raft tile and a bridge tile. That room is extremely glove-locked for JJ. He is out of here.
He does find a fork that he can consider. He's going left first. I like that. Ordinarily, the sort of meta strategy for our runners would be to go down and... Oh no! Losing a key to that Mago!
Oh, that hurts.
As in, ordinarily, meta strategy would be, you know, go down and go right. That's where you're going to find the boss. But if JJ is actually looking for extra keys, left is usually the way to go, because it's got lots of these dead ends that can contain small items.
In this case, unfortunately, just a P-tag. And not even a good one. 50 points is kind of bleh when you're on 435.
Yeah, but thankfully not a dead end he had to walk very far to get the item from. JJ using one of his keys.
Alright, TAH is going the wrong way here in Death Mountain presently.
Thankfully, JJ Schmidt is going to get a refund on his key here once he decides to take that bottom route.
And we're wandering in P1, which is being not speedruns along.
Is P1 already longer than the last GP?
Yeah, the GP in the last race was all of, what, 4 rooms? It was kind of silly.
Yeah, unfortunately, TAH not having much of a better time of this GP than JJ Schmidt had. Well, JJ at least getting good experience from this dead end bag. And gives up.
Yeah, decides I will be back later. It's kind of mean of the sea that there is literally no way for you to not have to hike all the way through the map, all the way through DM to get to anywhere, because that's how the seed went today, apparently.
Yeah, and
go all the way through DM, and then all the way through Maze Island, and then have fun.
Thankfully for our runners, GP is back on the west, so it's unlikely they're going to have to make this dig a second time.
Hopefully. They just don't want the game over, and hello. That is the full vanilla east.
Mirai being correct with his predictions that raft plus bridge tile means east is vanilla.
So, unfortunately, we will need to go hiking back through Death Mountain. We've got a hammer requirement. That flute is hard required in Vanilla East.
Oh, yes.
You absolutely need to get past that river double.
Oh man, this is already turning out to be a great scene. Remember how I was saying they wouldn't have to go back into Death Mountain? Cursed.
About that.
Well, JJ does have Jump Spell and the Child, so he's gonna, at the very least, get some valuables out of Darunia. And oh, those Bago Bagos are slightly invincible.
Just a bit. TH, unfortunately, is still chugging through Death Mountain. As you find Fairy here in Duridia, classic. At least you find the child's very hard to miss in the Maze Island, which is helpful.
Yep.
On the other hand, Vanilla East means lots and lots of hiking.
It does, and some annoying hiking too, with the added stress factor that if you take a death at a bad time, the cost is extreme.
Yep. But yeah, there's very little places the hammer can be, although with that fairy spell we just opened, and the child being available, that does mean that we do have access to palaces, assuming they're not glove locked, which apparently chat thinks P1 is.
Hammer at 5, hammer at 5, hammer at 5!
That would be hilarious.
Oh, that would be the worst. Force our runners to go back to the west so they can go through DM again.
It's possible, because that's gotta be somewhere.
But without Boots, not going to have access to any of these palaces in the east, so JJ is probably going to dip down south, pick up his sunken pea bag item and his free spell, and at that point we're pretty much going to have to see an up A and go into these palaces because there's not really much left they can check.
No, there really isn't. See, it's not being nice again, because why would it be, as TH is now in Maze Island? To know as well, they took somewhat different routes through Death Mountain. I wonder what each of them's understanding of the fastest way back through it is, because that could matter.
They're definitely going to have to, there's going to be a test of memory, because our runners are definitely going to have to both go back and find Spectacle Rock, and find the way through at least once.
Yep, hopefully they took good notes, because, good luck. Because they're gonna have to redo a good chunk of DM, and how good their notes were is gonna matter, as TH heads into one, which we think is Glove Lock, and he's gonna be out of luck here. JJ did the same, so whereas JJ heads south. The only possible way to go at this point. Nothing really he could find that would be immediately useful. Nibiru, fire, okay. We'll see if that's linked to something. So the Kasudos being the Kasudos, I mean, we need a hammer flute anyway, so it really doesn't matter if both Kasudos are the two remaining spells. Yeah. Here's one of the glove blocks for TH.
Yeah. And I don't know how many keys TAH has, but he's pretty much going to do the same checks JJ did.
Yep. Here is fire for JJ, which is, in fact, 49, I think that is.
We'll see a check of it real quick here. Okay, it's not life, shield, or jump, or fairy. So we need it.
Reflect, spell.
Yep, gonna need some enemies to get confirmation here.
Yeah, don't forget the key, TH. Alright, not a ton else you can do. You've got this P-Bag Cave, and that's about it, really, right now, for this Vanilla East. Options are pretty darn limited. Hammer's either here, or you're going to a palace for it.
I'm sure he's hoping desperately for it to be here,
but that's a glove. I mean, it's not a hammer, but you'll take that.
Glove is nice because it means now JJ can go back and return to P1 instead of doing P5 or P2 off in the west. Yeah, it looks like he was thinking about it up A, but he's like, nah, I should do P1 while I'm here. Because if the hammer is in P1, then JJ's going to have a much easier trip back to Spec Rock. Because if I recall, it's a lot fewer caves getting back there.
Ooh, smart. Selling back to May's dialect the other way around. Nice.
Save a little bit of time here.
Yeah, just digging this P1-2 for what we know to be, not much. This May's own layout's not the friendliest, by the way. AJ's taking a bit of a long, going good ways here to get to Palace.
Surprised not to see a fire check. Looks like he was setting it up, but...
I'm not to. Going to update to get his health and lives back, and we'll see how this goes. I do like this color for P1 on both sides. More of a purple color for TAH and a magenta for JJ is pretty nice on the eyes.
Definitely a bigger fan of the darker colors here on TAH's side.
Yeah, I don't mind the lighter pinkish color on JJ's either. Thankfully it's a solid black background. Somehow I always get those two words mixed up. But a solid black background is nice, because otherwise this would be a little harsher on the eyes thing. There we are, words are hard, jeez.
JJ, of course, going directly to the glove block.
It's down and right, and here's Horsehead.
Okay, so this being Horsehead means that there is still another path somewhere else that JJ is going to need to take in order to get his item here.
Which is we know to be the trophy locking the shield spell, so I expect he might not bother.
Oh yes, forgive me. I had forgotten that.
So would I, to be fair. So even though it's written down on the note sheet, so
yep.
Here, good.
Also, JJ has it tracked.
Yes. Yeah, that too. Alright, CH has found out. Oh, great. Thanks, game. Confirming it's Vanilla East with that, because sometimes Vanilla East just puts even Vanilla Shovel to put the bridge in the vanilla location, but that Vanilla Desert Tile encounter confirms pretty much, yep, thanks, game.
Yep.
And
So
JJ is back to the west. Has no other options, he is doing it.
Yep, it's got Horsehead down, he's got 2 and 5 as his options. He's wisely gonna start with 2, because it's both closer and probably way shorter.
Yeah, it's also going to save time on TH and 5, assuming Attack 4 actually makes a bit bigger of a dent in Goomba than Attack 3 did.
Yeah.
Because Attack 3 was a really slow Goomba fight.
JJ doing a turnaround to pick up this key. Was that first room Eco Key room?
I'm not sure, because I routinely forget what Eco Key actually is.
We'll see if yeah, this is the Eco Key room. Eco Key is a trick in this room where if the bubbles are in their vanilla locations, you can use jump spell and damage boost off of one of them to get up here without having used the fairy spell. We saw Trills show it off last race as a little bit of a swag strat. Ended up being totally useless, but
that's how that goes sometimes. TH here in Verunia, going to get the fairy spell and upstab.
Yep, the trick saves quite a bit of time in the vanilla all keys speedrun, not because you don't have fairy, but because ordinarily you would need to fairy through that room and then backtrack to go and pick up the key. Whereas if you just skip up to it with jump, then you can pick up the key on your way and it saves having to backtrack. But obviously in the randomizer it's a lot less likely to happen, but can potentially save you quite a bit of time if it turns out that you couldn't get through that room for lack of fairy. JJ getting a pretty deadly combination of bubble plus hammer brother, though, leaving him no option but to die. Maybe get a dripper sighting? Nope. TAH making good use of fairy feet to make his way back, though it looks like he doesn't quite have enough magic to do 2 casts of fairy. I didn't get eyes on it, but kind of looks like it's in the 49 to 50 range.
Yeah, I think so. I misread the cost of fire and fairy, but I did see for JJ when earlier that I thought it was fire that was 49, it was fairy that was 49, fairy 26. Epic fail at reading the spell list.
Yeah, 49 when you have 6 bars is just like the biggest feel bad ever.
Yeah, because that's 1 point too much to be able to cast it twice on the 6 bars. Because each bar of magic in Z2 is worth 16 magic points, and times 16 is 48.
Okay, JJ still looking for the item unless I missed it, but not going to pass up the opportunity to stab the helmet head.
Yep. Mostly nice and quick on attack 4.
It's going to be life 6 for him. There's some chance he could choose to skip this if he's going to backtrack into the palace just to see if he can pick up attack 5 with it. It's going to be another 600 points, so let's just take the life.
And, yeah, JJ is going to also... There's really 0 reason for him to not get the item out of here. No hints for it. He needs a hammer.
TAH
also has to find either hammer or boots are the only progression items right now, basically.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those. I mean, we know the flute could be progression, but it's hammer blocked, so
yeah, for all functional purposes, he needs that. Any key would be nice, I guess.
Yeah, well, we know between this 2 and 5, that's one of these is gonna contain one of our progression items, so
yep.
you gotta search for it.
Yep, Clem, flute has been hinted to be in Death Mountain, which we know to be the Spectacle Rock as TH gets his needed glove. Vanilla Shuffle DM, I should add, so they're digging around for that one. Well, they need to figure out, hopefully they remember how to get back there, because,
yeah, both runners did find out how to get to it, but I don't remember how to get there.
Neither do I, and do they know a straightforward way that's not going through 5 different caves that, 2 which are going in the wrong direction for it, like, because, you do a lot of wandering, but figuring out how to string all of your wandering together into a shorter route can be quite hard.
Yeah. Even with TH having cleared 5, JJ is a little bit ahead here, probably at least a palace, half a palace, if not a palace ahead. But, you know, if one of our runners can remember the way through Death Mountain and the other can't, that's easily enough to overcome all of that advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain is just mean. It choosing to take the bridge tile to get back to Maze Island. Not sure if one's any particularly faster than the other, although he didn't hike back north for it. Probably not all that different, honestly.
JJ is gonna find his item here. It's the hammer!
There it is.
Alright. Next question is gonna be, does JJ clear out 5 right now, or does he hold it for later? Not really a huge advantage one way or the other.
I'd probably leave it. I mean, he'll have to come back for GP eventually. There's a decent chance it's P4 from his perspective. No, he knows it's P5, but it's just like, not much equipment. Do I want to go through here right now? Maybe not.
Yeah, I think maybe if I had attack 5, I might try to do it. just sort of on the way, but yeah, with only attack 4, it makes sense.
Gooma's not the most amusing idea on this level.
Yeah, despite having gained quite a few levels versus where TAH was originally in there, TAH on attack 3, JJ's still only on attack 4.
Yeah, and how much attack 3 to attack 4 improves things ranges from quite a bit to basically not.
Yep, it's always a possibility for people who are not aware. The randomized attack effectiveness is on, and so every single attack level is somewhere between plus 50 and minus 50% of its original strength, but it can never go down. So if it would roll a lower value, it simply stays the same, which means that it tends to mean that you get a lot of attack levels that feel like they really didn't give you anything because they didn't.
Yep. And horse heads down for TH as JJ is going to go to P5 already. We know Gooma's really fast. We'll see if JJ sticks around for the item. They do need the boots. Those are also harder according to the Straight Vanilla East. We'll see if he chooses to look for them here, because there are only so many locations eventually for the boots. I've seen a few palace items. It can't be the water tile, obviously. It can't be the item in Ocean Palace. We know it's not in DM, we know it's not in the Maze Island. There are only so many possible places for those boots, so let's see him looking for it here. Not a giant fan of the background in this fight, though. This is a little bit much.
Yeah. We'll see how effective attack 4 is. Maybe JJ can free us from having to look at it anymore.
Not very, it seems. A little bit, but not by much compared to attack 3.
Yeah, it
was quite a few hits for one bar, so the second bar is going down a bit faster, so he will save some time.
Yeah, it was still bad when on TAH's screen when it was a little dimmer, and it's just so bright now.
It is. Attack 4 does seem to be making it that much as good. Still taking JJ a bit, but as long as he doesn't get hit too many times, I think he should be okay and save a couple minutes on TH.
Yeah, but he's gotta be careful. He is one flail away from going down.
The other part too is JJ is not going for safe strats and pays the cost for it. As a safe bet.
Rip.
So probably going to be close to a net 0 between them, depending on if JJ dies again. Cause yep, comms curse.
Yeah, slow strats are slow, but not dying strats are also valuable. Gooma is the hardest boss for sure.
Yeah, so despite having a higher attack level than TH did when in Gooma, and attack 4 does, I think, actually make a bit of a difference. JJ is not actually gaining any time on Gooma here, I don't think. If anything, he might be losing time at the rate this is going.
I think it's pretty much going to be a break-even if he gets the kill here. If he takes a game over, it's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, because it's not that far in, but it's more than 0 to get back here, so... TH going the slow way to avoid the Iron Knuckle in that room. And as we comment on game overs for JJ, ouch.
Meanwhile, TAH fighting his way to the boss here, gonna stab himself a helmet head. Wow, attack 5 just obliterating him. Apparently a big upgrade from attack 4.
Oh geez, yeah, that was blink and you miss it, helmet hit's gone.
It's a shame for JJ because this next level is going to be Magic 6 and not attack 5.
And attack 4 made a difference on Gooma over attack 3, I think, but it's really attack 5 that boosts it. JJ's gonna go find his hammer now. JJ is on round 4 with Gooma. not cooperating for JJ today. And that is death number 4. Ouch.
It's okay. He's still a long way from the tournament record for most deaths to a Goomba. I believe I still hold that record at 8.
How about the 8?
Goomba was only 2 rooms in, so I just kept being stubborn about it.
Fair enough.
It's not a good idea.
No, although that is death number 5 for JJ. Ouch. That time loss is really starting to stack up. I think TH lost more time in the initial take of Death Mountain, but at this point, it's evening out pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, TH was behind, but he's definitely catching up. I mean, it's gonna be a bit before he finds his hammer here, but once he does, he'll be able to head straight into Death Mountain, and
yeah, I don't imagine TH is gonna go back to P5 for the item just quite yet.
No,
Knuckles, but at life 7 and 6 hearts, not too bad.
Yeah, at this point, I think, especially with how fast it was, if he had explored like 80% of the rooms, you're like, I've checked most of it. I want to check the end.
Right. That's Fire Thunder for TH, by the way.
Wow, yeah, we were saying it. Neither runner had checked it for the longest time, and TAH figuring it out and put it into good use.
JJ finally does take Goomba down. Thankfully does not take a second game over. That would have been a really miserable time loss.
Yeah, and TAH at the same time has found his hammer.
Yep, takes a death, but has a life slot, so he's fine. Good.
And he's going to be just a little bit behind JJ heading back into Death Mountain here.
Yeah. Time to see whose newts were better.
Yeah, as we expected, the big advantage here is going to come down to who knows the way.
Literally.
I'll tell you now, it's not me.
And it's not me either. Where's TH?
He's gonna check this hammer blocked game.
I think this is a medicine, which a life spell. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't remember. He doesn't have the hint tracked anywhere, but he didn't know what it was going to be. But it is a pretty quick check to get the medicine.
It is. That game's pretty short.
It'd be a little longer if he does decide to actually go get it, though.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of a trip. JJ decided to reset encounter, so I guess that definitely. Yeah, it's GP, and it is time for him to go hiking again.
51-25 JJ back into Death Mountain. We'll see how far behind TAH is in just a second when he gets there.
Yep. And then we'll see how long it takes for both of them to get out of here again.
Oh boy. Well, not only do they have to get out, but they have to hit Spec Rock on the way.
Yeah, get to Spectral Rock and then get out of here. Correction, in that order, because doing it in the other order does not work.
Yeah, it would make you very sad.
Very sad indeed. These Koreas are going down a fair bit faster for TH, at least, because they trolled earlier. JJ is going places. I have no idea what the right way is, so I can't tell if he's going the right way at all.
I don't think he knows if he's going the right way at all.
It's look like it.
It's hard enough remembering your way through the first time, and then you gotta go through 30 minutes of the scene, and you're back, and you're like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah. And that's a big part of these races, is trying to remember, how did I get here again? But because you took so many different turns, TH is going to get life, it looked like. That's not the way there, though.
Yeah, I don't blame him for wanting life spell, but maybe he hadn't checked this cave before. Yeah, TAH hadn't found this last item in Trophy Cave, so
Oh yeah, because this is a magic jar. I forgot he hadn't gotten this yet, so that makes sense.
Just checking it out of safety, you know, making sure it's not the boots.
Pretty much. Fair enough. So that puts him up to 7 jars.
We don't yet know if the boots are required, but it's not terribly likely.
JJ is on almost no health here. He's still got a few lives left, but this Death Mountain is, well, it's looking like a full remake at this point right now for JJ.
I think that left, if I remember right, I think that left is where he needed to go. I remember him finding this top section, maybe a screen or two after he had found Spec Rock. Okay,
well, he did just get sent back to the starting area, so that was not it.
Yeah.
Or basically the starting area, because it's about where they got dumped out at. We'll see how TH's memory is going, because JJ's is lost.
Oh yes, thank you, chat, for the reminder. I am dumb. It's Vanilla East, not Vanilla Shuffle East. I'm getting confused with last race. We will definitely require the boots.
Yep, no ifs, ands, or buts. TH taking a different route. We'll see if this is the right route, because JJ, I think he's lost. Well,
okay.
Unlost now after several trips, but
he did. He wandered his way into fighting the flute, so that's a good first step.
Yep, always A+, and
TH knew exactly where it was.
Great, so let's see how which of them gets out of here first, because they're about neck and neck right now.
We were saying it was going to come down to who had better notes, who remembered the path better, and TH immediately gained back all the time he had lost.
Yep, because, at least the Speckville Rock, we'll see who gets out of here faster.
Well, this route that JJ's on is the same route that he took to get out last time. Is it the fastest route? I don't know. But well, TH is heading the same way.
So it might be. The flute does look a bit like a plunger, yeah.
Yeah, JJ's going north here. JJ remembers this section of the route.
Okay, good. So they're
pretty much neck and neck at this point.
Yeah, TH like maybe 30 seconds to a minute behind. They're very, very close. TH doing some dodging that does not end up working out. Good attempt at it, though. Also, the TH does have some slightly better levels. Attack 5, we've noted, has made a noticeable difference.
Yep. Also, Life 7 and the Life Spell going to be some small advantages in combat.
Yep. Although TH seems to be a little confused as to how to get out of here. I'm also not entirely sure why JJ made a pit stop at Death Mountain, or in T1. There we are, TH has gotten unlost again. And actually looking at this maze island, there just might not be a fast way to get from the cave to the east. Yeah,
the cave you come in on is so close to the bridge, and then it's not.
Yeah, no boots. So, more hiking, everyone. This scene is just hiking, and more hiking.
Yeah, it really is about the cruelest setup they could have possibly had getting from point A to point B.
It's quite bad, yeah. Peach, not quite getting the fairy fee, is just gonna head through the usual way. They are taking different routes here through Maze Island to get back up to the top where the two nectars are.
Yeah, JJ's route is gonna work. I think TAH's also works.
Yeah,
JJ's gonna go to the raft, TAH is gonna take him to the bridge.
And the bridge is further north, so the raft is the faster of the two.
Yep. TH is gonna have to take that pass through because he doesn't have the boots.
Yep. And River Devil has been moved for JJ. He's a couple minutes ahead now of TH. TH, both of them got a little bit less than DM and then different Maze Island routing. But it's still very close right now between the two.
Yep,
it could still go any which way, especially depending on how they decide to look for those boots, potentially could make a difference.
Yep, we're gonna see just a whole slurry of miscellaneous checks here in the east. We've got both new Kasuto checks open to our runners. We've got old Kasuto, desert tile.
The other P-Bag cave.
Yep. And then JJ is making a beeline to Valley of Death. Or not.
Nope. Might start with the Three-Eyed Rock Palace here. Once he gets across this bridge encounter, which is not fun.
I like this Three-Eyed Rock Palace first at the very least because it's going to let him up an A and make sure that he doesn't take an untimely game over on the east because that's going to cost you about 5 minutes.
Yep. Assuming you remember how to get back.
Yeah.
And any overall game over in the east for either of them is a major time loss with how this speed is. Old Kasuto, you're just gonna go straight for the spell as TH decides where he wants to go next. Didn't take him that long to go south. That is Reflect here in Old Kasuto. So new Kasuto has Thunder, which we don't really need to pick up because that's like Fire, but it doesn't also much matter.
Yeah. Without the boots, there still being 2 items there, runners are likely to end up visiting there, unless, of course, TH finds his boots here in this Risen P-Bag cave.
Yeah, that is death number 2, though, which is a bit concerning. This bridge tile is not playing nice.
Thankfully, he gets the fairy feet, gets his up A.
Yep, mercifully, because and is gonna go into this pumpkin orange palace as TH gets his P-Bag.
Just very, very bright.
It's really bright. And the colorful background, wow, right, is not helping. So, runners taking diverging routes here on the east, we'll see which works out better. This is not the item room, though this is similar, one item that looks kind of similar with a drop in it. He ain't just gonna head straight for, not to Mikasuda just yet, thought that's where he was going, but is gonna head also for, Three-Eyed Rock after getting a cross. Thanks, off the desert tile.
Yay!
Thanks, game. This P3 or 6, don't think we've seen Windows yet. A much tamer color on TH's side, thanks.
Yeah, and he's not going to take the up A because he is only a very small amount of experience away from being able to pick up probably attack 6, question mark?
Also, Wompity Womp, that's a P-Bag. In whatever palace this is.
Yeah, it's not the boots.
Pretty much. It's not the any key either. They don't really mind considering they picked up a zillion keys this seed.
Yeah, there's really have been quite a number of them, but JJ's still gonna use the jump spell here to pick up this one.
He is down to 2, I saw in his last menu. Hey Krista, welcome in. We have a seed full of hiking. They had to go through Padilla Shuffle Death Mountain twice this seed.
It's extremely rude.
It's really bad. They're currently on a boots hunt. It's Vanilla East, so they need it. And that's a lava match for JJ. Yep. Boots are in whatever one of 3 or 6 this is. The Valley of Death Palace or New Kasuto. We've seen all of the other accessible item locations.
Oh no, TH taking a death right before seeing what the item is.
Krista, Goomba gave them a run for their money earlier. TH spent almost 5 minutes on him. JJ, game over once and dived 5 times to Goomba, so, that's been an interesting scene. They had no fun. So, Goomba certainly had a time with these gunners today. This is the dead-end variant of this room for JJ.
Yep, gotta look for those first 2 items hanging out on the first 2 enemies hanging out on the steps to let you know that it's the pass through and not the dead end.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And TAH has just beaten JJ by a lot to Remo, as it turns out, is what this bright orange palace is. Okay.
Yeah, when TAH got the bad news about the item, he up 8 and did that whole left section at the top, but totally unnecessary, as TAH shows us that you just had to go up and left.
Yep, and that is a big time save for TAH. Dude also takes it back to Rebo, but that's fine because he's got loads of lives left.
Yeah, he came into this palace with 5 lives.
He is fine.
Trying to get the setup for a down stab, but a little bit too far to the right.
Just a bit. Rebo does not seem like he wants to cooperate.
Yeah.
Attack 6 is making a pretty big dent anyway.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Bing bam boom, Rebo's down, TH is out of here.
Yep.
And JJ is here as well, not too bad ultimately. Not a Rebo fight apart, currently getting out of here.
Yep. TAH has checked Risen P-Bag Cave, JJ has checked Old Kasuto, so between the two of those I'd say approximately even.
Pretty much, though. So Risen P-Bag Cave is on the way back to, New Kasuto for JJ. Where is TAH?
That's an excellent question.
He's not getting the key, that's what I would have expected him to do.
I think he may be confused about whether that item room was the item room?
That would be unusual for TAH.
He's killed the boss, he's got the item. He's gonna find this dead end and realize he's full cleared the palace.
Our tracker and our internally saying that he didn't actually see the item. I thought he had, but
he died on the way to it the first time, but he came back.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
He has not tracked on his personal tracker that he got the item. Maybe he just forgot. It's been sort of a rough scene for remembering things.
Yeah, thankfully it's not too far in. It just feels bad.
Yeah, this actually overall was a pretty short P3.
Yeah, but this is a time sink for poor TH. It's not too far. It's like a few more rooms from here, but it is a couple minute time loss, which is not great at this point in the race as JJ heads to New Kasuto.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take them from effectively even to JJ having another couple minute lead again.
That is a valuable hint for JJ by the way. Guma sitting on the. Oh no!
Was Guma sitting on the boots? Did I see that? Oh boy! Remember? I don't know, about a half an hour ago when I was calling the worst thing we could have possibly had.
Yeah, about that.
Our runners are going to be taking yet another trip all the way through Death Mountain. Well, okay, sorry. It may be the case that they can complete both of the palaces on this continent. Well, no, the meat of the boots, because it's vanilla. Nope, yep, we're taking a third trip through Death Mountain. Oh boy!
Yeah, it's great! We mentioned how they really felt like taking P5 when they were there earlier, they were on the West earlier, for that item. They're probably both regretting that.
If either runner had dug out P5 and got that item, they would have almost immediately won the race. This saved them 10 plus minutes.
There is so much time to be gained by not going through Death Mountain a third time.
And I totally understand. You walked into 5, it was only like 4 or 5 rooms long. There's so many rooms left. You don't want to just go to it on the off chance that it ends up being the glove. Or the boots, rather. And then, it was.
Yep, our runners high-fiving here in this Pastor Cave to New Kasuto, which is an indication about how close they are, pretty much. It is a trip to New Kasuto apart, which a couple minutes, but still close. P5 routing could very much make the difference, as TH does a double take.
Yeah, he's not happy about that one. and this is important. TAH says that's when the boots are the only thing I need. I'm taking it up A.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just gonna. He wants to go mode his remaining palaces. He doesn't really need an energy. He decides, screw it. I might as well do it.
JJ deciding he wants to do the Valley of Death first. They're gonna have to take a reroute through Death Mountain anyway, but I think this. It's
about a net zero, which you do first, I guess.
Yeah.
Although for TAH, it is important to know that he'll have to come back down here for Red Rock, which is a bit of a trip, which might be why JJ's doing it, because it's not the fastest to get back here.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about the same either way, I guess. I think maybe the bigger advantage of doing this P5 right away is, theoretically speaking, the sooner you do it, the more likely you are to remember what a P5 you've seen already. At this point, I'm sure both our runners have forgotten everything about P5.
Probably. I mean, they barely saw it to begin with.
But we're just in for some more hiking, right? That's what our runners wanted to be doing today, right? Was walking. No. With any luck, P5 is going to end up being just as short to the item as it was to the boss.
Yep.
Can you imagine if it was like one room further in?
Oh, they would both feel so bad if it was just right there. If they could have gotten it an hour ago.
JJ making good use of the nice bright red magic refill pit.
Yeah, at least they got a hint for the boots. There is that. This seed would have been even lousier without that hint. Not that it doesn't suck, mind.
Yeah, the only big advantage that it's... because they've basically searched almost everything else. But JJ is going to know he doesn't have to get the item here in 4, at least.
Yeah. If he, sees the enemy key on his way, he'll pick it up. But other than that, not gonna bother, really. Got 8 hearts, got 7 magic jars, 566, keys galore in the drop pool. He's not too worried at this point about general equipment.
Even in Magic 7, it looked like Fire Thunder cost a decent amount unless he double cast it.
Yeah. P5 is being P5, by the way. Quite a few forks here to be had. What a surprise.
TAH taking an unfortunate death. It's JJ double checking the item, but he knows that it's got to be nothing.
Boots are blocking P6 only. Correct, Slamu? Welcome, because, welcome into Vanilla East and Vanilla Shuffle DM. This has just been not kind to them. They've got the Caldera West into a Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain, into Maze Island, into a straight Vanilla East. They had to go to neither of them got the hammer out of P2 in the west early, so they had to go to the east, find out that they were basically locked out of everything, go back to the west, get the hammer, go back through Death Mountain to get the flute, go back to the east, to find out that boots are in the west, to go back to P5, to go back to the east to finish the scene.
Yeah, and
hiking, and hiking!
Logically, at least 2 of those trips through Death Mountain were required because they had to get the ferry from the east to even get the hammer to go and get the flute from Death Mountain.
Yep, because the enemy hasn't shown up, and you do logically need ferry to beat palaces. Although, because there's about 1 million small keys in the drop pool, they could have beaten P2 earlier.
Yeah, both of our runners went into P2 and just... the boss was only about 4 or 5 rooms in, cleared it and left.
Yep. And then they realized later, well, maybe I should have stuck around a bit.
Yep.
The P2 was second last location for Hammer, the last location was P5, and, well, we are seeing how that's going now.
Can you imagine if one of our runners decided to do P5 instead of P2 digging for the hammer?
Oh my goodness, that would have been something special. But I don't know why you would, but it would actually gain you time in this race.
Yeah, I don't think our runner has made, like, big logical mistakes. I think, like, just a reasonable rounding of the seed involved triple dipping Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain.
Yep. And let's see how well they remember Death Mountain for the third time through, because it's been, again, a half hour since they were last in there.
Ugh, JJ immediately finding a dead end.
Yep.
After...
Good.
Neither of these palaces have been kind.
No, TAH is basically doing full clear of 5 here, and JJ's doing the same before.
And then, of course, an up A is immediately going to happen from JJ, and they're going to reverse.
Yep.
We'll probably see P6 first from TAH, but...
No reason not to end in the valley, it's the longest hike.
They both started this sort of stretch of the game at the same time, but we'll probably see them converge at GP in a pretty similar amount of time, but it's very hard to keep track of how much aggregate time is saved or lost when they're doing these palaces out of order from each other.
Mm-hmm. One benefit for TH when he does finally make that third hike through DM is the boots will make Phase Island a little bit less terrible. Not by much, but I think it'll be a smidge nicer.
I think they'll save at least a minute. That route was pretty nasty, and I think I think you can get to the bridge tile pretty quickly from the river, but not the raft. But now that he has the boots, the bridge tile isn't way worse than the raft tile.
Yeah. More forks, jeez, for TH. Where is this item? Because this is a massive elevator shaft.
Yeah, and similar looking rooms too, so you sort of have to keep track the hard way.
Slamu, they will not be done in 20 minutes with the way this is going.
It seems unlikely.
Alright, there's the up A from JJ, there's a Fire Thunder for TH, picking up one up.
That's gonna put him back to the full 3 lives.
Getting a little tired of this shade of yellow for TH, I'll be honest. More forks. Jeez, this P5 is being giant. I have no idea where the item is, I just know this. It's taking TH a while, but...
Yeah.
JJ?
Sounds like we're having a couple technical difficulties. Can people hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Hey, okay. You were breaking up a bit, and I wasn't sure if it was me or you.
Momentary internet blip.
Yep. And TH finding yet another dead end.
Yay! As JJ gets in. So here's a big important thing that could save JJ a bit of time is if he...
Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's guess where the right path actually
not whatever
is.
TH has done so far. Yeah, because TH has seen a lot of elevator rooms, and I've got no idea which elevator in which direction is the right one. He's backtracking now to one of the bigger elevator shafts. We'll see where he goes from there. I have no idea how he got there, so... We've probably also seen a loop at some point by now, I suspect, but who knows?
Yeah, it's so hard to keep track of these when you're not playing. You know, when you're actually in the race, you can think, okay, the elevator has 8 exits. I've done all the rights. I've done the top 2 lefts. Let me do the 3rd left from the top, right? But when you're just watching it, it's hard to keep track of both at the same time. I think our runner's high-fiving here, but who knows?
Yeah, good question at this point. They're in 5. It's happening.
Any high-fiving is bad news for JJ, because that means it's going to lead him to a place TAH has already ruled out.
Yep.
Well, JJ going left here. Unfortunately, this is going to be a dead end for him. Or not! Read that room wrong. And man, yet another just who knows if this is a room they've been in yet or not. It's especially bad when you're ferrying through the key doors, because you don't know necessarily which hallways you have and haven't been in, but TAH finding the horribly mangled monstrosity of a horse head and is going to get the item here. Finally. And immediate up A after his boots. He's out. So the question is going to be, how long does JJ spend in here versus how long TAH spends going back and clearing out P6 and P4? It's anyone's guess who's actually in the lead at this point.
Sorry, I seem to hear too.
Yeah, not entirely sure where TAH is going. Maybe he doesn't remember where this connector was. Going through the forest. Okay, yeah, no, he knows. As JJ continues to find yet more dead ends. Seems to be taking a very similar routing strategy to TAH, which is sad, but to be expected. And TAH, it looks like he remembers where he needs to go. He's going to go left here.
By the way, heads up, I apologize for saying this on stream, but I think Krista's account got hacked, because I'm a big piss brain. Apologies for all DMs. Problems have happened.
Yep.
Apologies to everyone who gets DMs from me. I am going to have to figure this out because I have problems. I don't actually remember my current password is. Oops.
Yeah.
There is a spam bot going on. Ignore Krista, I'm afraid. I am trying to sort myself out.
It's fine, I can keep talking about the very exciting nothing that's going on right now. TH continuing to make his way through Death Mountain. Did remember the fast route that he took last time. Whereas JJ is still mired in this P5.
But yeah, Krista got hit. Yeah, a few people seem to have gotten hit. Apologies to everyone I seem to be DMing. Somehow I've still got access, which is unusual. And my DM box is blown up. I apologize to everyone. Yeah, do not scan anything.
Okay, so TAH finding a route up to the raft, but not a significant gain over the bridge. Now that he's got the boots, and he's going to make his way straight over to P6. See if we get a water tile check. Don't think he's likely to, because we already know that it's going to be some type of small item, probably a hard container or something, but wouldn't be a terrible thing if he was just looking for safety. But TH's so high on level, he's 677, likely to be finishing the seed up on something like 778. Probably doesn't feel like he needs any more safety. That's still one big potential advantage that we haven't talked about in a while, that TAH did go back and pick up that life spell where JJ did not, and will be going into GP with, sure, the benefit of Fire Thunder, which is quite good, but will not have either life or shield, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful on Thunderbird and any potentially tricky sections that cannot be gotten through by spamming Fire Thunder over and over again until the screen is clear. Pretty nice palette we've got here in P6. A little bit on the bright side, but not so bad on TAH's screen. Of course, it's going to be absolutely miserable when we get to the slightly brighter version of JJ's, I'm sure, but that time will come later. Man, I feel like JJ has taken like exactly the same route through this palace as TAH has, which unfortunately means just straight up full clearing it. Gonna see if TAH can make the jump here. He can. TAH experienced in playing vanilla enough to make that look easy. And of course, just like vanilla, gonna be taking a drop back down the hole. I think up this elevator, yeah, he's gonna go all the way up this elevator, and I think he's gotta go right and then around. And that is eventually gonna lead him to his item. Doesn't quite have enough for fairy, but does have enough for jump, gonna make it up the pit. Meanwhile, TAH taking relatively linear trip here through Palace 6. Been a couple of forks with quick turnbacks. But glove probably also required in this 6, just based on how he's been heading. Just firmly cements in the amount of troll that this Death Mountain has been. Okay, JJ, finally full clearing his way through 5, has found Mutant Horse Head. And he'll be joining TAH in 6 shortly enough, after a quick up A and a slightly less quick trip through the Death Mountain. Nice, TH getting the 50-50 there. And that looks like a loop. So this left is, I think, a new route for TH. I think we've seen this room as well, but it is at least a fork, so TAH gonna go with another left here, wisely waiting for the bot to get out of troll range, but missing the jump. Still got 2 lives left though, should be no problem. And this time using jump spell to make it easy. I like the safe strats. Clear the blocks out of the way. Nice and easy jump across the pit. And TH thinking about this drop, but really got no choice. And ooh, that's a loop back. But you gotta check this going back anyway in case it's just 2 in the same room in the drop column. It is just a loop. Yeah, Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain, and this is our 3rd trip through for JJ. TH having already taken his 3rd trip through. The seed had quite the troll in it. Our runners needed to go through the Death Mountain to get to the east to get Fairy Spell, so that they could get the hammer out of P2, so that they could get the flute from Spectacle Rock in order to continue their trip through the east, upon which they discovered that the boots were not in fact in the east, and were in fact in 5, all the way back in the west. 1 second here.
There. Apologies. Nothing has changed now. Please do not click on that link. Thank you, Constantine PC. I will get myself sorted eventually. Be careful, people.
Yep. It's just a reminder to everyone out there in chat, if you ever receive Discord invites that you don't recognize, even if you do recognize the person, don't click on them.
Yeah. That was me being an industry. That seems to have bypassed 2-factor of authentication as well as an important note, because I do have that. Which is part of the reason why it took me a while to get back here, because I had to get to a fate to get back and to get my password reset. Back now, but yeah, watch out, everyone.
Yep. And while you were gone, Star, it's exactly what you expected. TAH has been having a time of this 6 because it's not friendly, and JJ has just finished up his DM track, both runners remembering exactly where they were going, having done it 3 times now.
Yeah.
JJ is taking his raft back, and he's going to be in 6. And JJ does have the opportunity to gain back quite a bit of time here if he finds the boss here in 6 quickly, because TAH has looped 4 or 5 times that I can see. That has not been a fun one.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll see from JJ's side if he decides to take a different route. The start is pretty friendly, it's just straight right, but I have seen this room with the glove block for TAH like 3 times now.
Indeed.
I don't think we've seen to the right in this room. TAH is going to check it. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, that's the dead-end version of that room. I always forget with this central elevator which version it is. And TAH has run out of keys using the... Or, I didn't actually run out of keys, but he's regardless using the jump spell to either preserve his keys or bypass the need to cast Fairy. Oh no, but he accidentally casts Jump instead of Fairy, but he gets a 1-up to fill his magic up anyway, so all is well in the world. I'm not sure of this room. I've seen this room that's on JJ's side. Although it looks like it connects to just this fork again, coming from a different way. Yeah, it looks like JJ is only a room or two behind on sort of the same path that TAH is, but who knows if this is the right way or not. Okay, TAH finding this room that I hate. Wisely just casting Fairy and saying to hell with it. And I think this is new. I think this is finally the way for TAH. Yeah, this is gonna be the item room. Which, unfortunately, not what we were looking for, but any key gonna be of some value.
Yeah.
And now I think TAH is as lost as I am. Nice. Attack 6 takes down those Moas in 2 hits, though. Very rapidly killing them, allowing them to get through the room cleanly. Wow, and jjschmidt has found the way to Barba, and this is huge. Somehow TAH just not finding the path, and now JJ is just solidly in the driver's seat here, gonna be over a full palace ahead coming into Great Palace.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, TAH was, maybe in the neighborhood of 8 or 10 minutes ahead coming into this P6, knowing that he still had to clear P4, and so we figured the runners were just about even, but TAH has spent so much time in here, and that the tie has been completely broken, and JJ is now way ahead. Unfortunately, P6 just being a giant troll. And we're going to see an up A from JJ, and he's going to be into GP within a couple minutes here as he has to pass through the Caldera first. Yeah, P6 is, it's always long, but sometimes it's just ridiculously forking, and this time it was definitely one of those times, and unfortunately for TAH, he just found every single loop and every single path that wasn't the right way. Yeah, we could see the key block room in GP, but that would be really the only advantage TAH has at this point is he does have the magical key, but we do know that not only are keys in the small drop group, but they're fairly common because both of our runners have been able to open most of the doors they've encountered in palaces so far. Also, TH does have a little bit of a leg up in that he does have the life spell. But with Fire Thunder being available to JJ and him being at 667, he should be fine. Okay. One key apparently for JJ, so a little bit scary potentially, but yeah, and Bluebird Knight's taking 3 casts of fire to kill. That is kind of the worst spot for a Bird Knight, is in that 2-block high path. There's a couple ways to deal with it. JJ just going up and over. Another good way you can use on that guy is to break the 2nd and 3rd block, but not the 1st block. And you can get up 1 tile below him and sort of just stab him in the knees while he can't escape. Oof, life 7 holding up well, though. JJ not getting bodied too badly by taking a hit from that chicken.
Yep.
Oh, that's an upstab block, and JJ immediately turning around and deciding nope. And yet further chickens.
Sorry, my Discord is still actively blowing up. I am focusing a bit more on the race. Chicken's definitely being fun.
I understand.
What a night.
Yep, it's it's a thing.
Yeah, part of what threw me is Krista was in the ZSR chat at the time too, so be warned everyone. I have sorted myself out. The fix is to change your password. If you have two-factor authentication like I do, it will take some effort to get back in, but it does get sorted. And,
oof.
Ram.
JJ not wanting to cast Fairy, but getting bubbled.
Yep.
And he's down to his last life, so now he's going to be very careful with his magic. There's no feeling worse than encountering Thunderbird on your last life and not enough magic to be able to actually fight him. Although, I guess to be fair, with Fire Thunder available, the enough magic to cast to fight Thunderbird is a lot less than it usually is. But if he's going to cast 3 times on this Bluebird Knight, it is going to be a good chunk of it. JJ gonna... Well, okay, just gonna cast Jump. There is a way out of there without Jump Spell, but it's gonna be a little bit slower. Does still have a Cast of Thunder left in him, so all is well.
Okay, we do have Krista in the chat. Hello there. Yeah,
You would be proud, Krista. The chickens of this GP have been most impressive. So much so that JJ's forced to take an up A. Thankfully, he does still have a pretty big lead on TAH from how well that 6 went in his favor. But not an insurmountable lead.
Nope, GP is still can be GP.
Yeah, both in complexity and in difficulty with all these chickens running around. JJ taking this up elevator and left this time. This is going to be his divergence from his previous route. Gets knocked down below. This is a little scary. Those vertical bubbles hit for just a whole lot of damage. Even at life 7, often an entire bar knocked away if you get hit. Just the vertical ones, though. The horizontal moving ones do absolutely nothing for who knows what reason. Oh, and this was the correct route here for JJ. Little sketchy on the first cycle, only gets one hit, but keeping the pattern going good. Got one block off, but then reset it. Gonna go for a full reset over here in the corner. Nice use of reflect to avoid taking that hit there, but ooh, facing the wrong way in the corner and gets bodied. Still got 2 lives though, should be no problem. TAH has made his way to Kirok, so he'll be in this GP as well fairly shortly. He does have to walk out of Valleyed Up, unfortunately, but won't be too long of a walk. Certainly compared to the walk through Death Mountain that JJ had to take.
Oh geez, yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that's right, he doesn't have to walk. I keep forgetting the GP is in the west. I'm just gonna up it as soon as he gains this level. But that's Thunderbird down for JJ, and he is gonna keep going. And we have seen quite a few rooms, but oh man, here's a 4-way fork. Just to be maximally rude. That's gonna be a left, so JJ is gonna take the elevator all the way up instead. That's another left. Extremely rude. Game is like, you must fight this chicken. Or, you know, drop him into the pit.
Yep.
Yeah, much larger than the GP than the previous race. A bit of an understatement.
Just a bit, yes.
This GP, the number of rooms cannot be counted on one hand. TAH now joining JJ in this GP. We'll see if he decides to take that first elevator up or take some more standard route going right. If he thinks he's behind, he may take that first elevator up, thinking, I gotta take lefts to save some time, so that could gain him some time back. Oh, and man, the right of this elevator room has led to an L7 room. Is JJ going to be forced to backtrack all the way to that elevator and pick either the top or bottom left? TAH demonstrating the stab him in the knees strat I was talking about earlier to great effectiveness. And let's see where TAH goes here. We know that up is the right way. He He's gonna at least check it, find out that it's a left, and he's going right. Don't blame him. Spicy chicken taking him down. Ooh, JJ almost getting bopped off the screen. Would have had to respawn and despawn both of those enemies. And oh, a lava bath is going to cost him his last life. Oh no, sorry. He had one life in reserve. Still going to have to be very careful. A death wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would suck. Route back to that junction would have... It's about 5 rooms. Okay, good bait on the Bird Knight. Ooh, walks a little bit too far back. It respawns it. Gonna have to cast Fairy to get out of here. Right. JJ back in the junction room, but very low on life. Go. All right, he's gonna look for the magic container. I think he's gonna try and respawn it. Nope, he's just gonna check this elevator room, and he's gonna take the bottom left. Doesn't quite get the lava drop on the blue iron knuckle. Gonna have to manipulate him a bit. Oh, he has enough to cast fairy, so he's just gonna take the high route out of here. TAH rapidly going to be approaching his dead end here. Oh, but taking a death first. Oh, and JJ gets just upset just a little bit by that spicy chicken and going to have to take another up A. I'm curious if he... knowing how nasty that bottom path is, if he's just going to go back to that junction and take the top path instead. Sort of, in theory, every one left is as good as another. And you know, if you know one path sucks, just take the other one and maybe it won't. I mean, this is GP. All the paths suck. TAH not quite making it through, and he game overed before he saw that was a dead end. Is he gonna try that route again and try to take that right, or is he gonna join JJ up here in the elevator to Thunderbird? If TAH does decide to go up the elevator and JJ picks the wrong choice on this up-down 50-50, we could still see TAH gamble his way into a win. Certainly within the realm of possibility, but it's going to depend on whether JJ Schmidt correctly guesses which way to go on this elevator.
Pretty much. Oh man, we are an hour 51 minutes in. We are still going. This has been a slugfest of a seed.
Yeah, it really has. Okay, JJ has gone up. I like this play. Unfortunately, immediately getting punished with a room that is not really much better than the previous one. Here's a drop exits. It's worth considering, and JJ is like, I don't want to risk having any sort of danger. I'm gonna cast Fairy. He's gonna have to lure this blue Bird Knight over a bit. Oh, not quite. There he goes. Okay, thankfully not the flying enemy version of that block jump room. Oh, but a king bought one room later to show him who's boss. Oh, king bot. Bots were already trolly enough. They're like, how do we make a boss bot? How do we make a bot that's even trollier? They're like, I got it. JJ determining 3 fires is a worthy cost to make his way through that Iron Knuckle. Or Bird Knight, rather. And it is indeed up is the right path. At 1 hour and 53 minutes, JJ has found Dark Lake.
Yeah.
And JJ is considering fighting Dark Link in a traditional manner. Not having a great time of it and decides just to stick it in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat. At 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 3 seconds, jjschmidt77 is your winner. Woo!
GG's, what a mess.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to, if JJ decides to come in here for the interview, we'll have to ask him how he feels about that monstrosity.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Because it's sure been a thing. Alright, looks like JJ will be joining us for an interview. Let me switch over to TAH's audio and get JJ in once I see him. And we will be going shortly. Also in better news, looks like it's this. Hey JJ, GG's.
TAH's audio is very loud. Also, JJ, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Yep. Alright, turning TH down. There we go. It's been all over the place, with everything. So, GG's, JJ. Let me see. In the race chat. I remember he had issues with audio last week. He might be having issues again. I think the CSR Discord just doesn't like him or something.
What happened here, Charles? That's an excellent question. We had a Caldera West into a Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain. Our runners got all the way through Death Mountain to Maze Island, through Maze Island to the east, where they got the fairy spell, and the knowledge that the hammer, which is required to get the flute, which is required to progress in Vanilla East, was in P5 back on the west. Or sorry, it was in P2. So they went back, cleared P2, went all the way back to the east again, only to find that the boots were in fact in P5 on the west, and triple dipped a very long Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain.
Yep. It didn't help that the boots were absolutely buried in P5. It was quite the dig for those, and then I got distracted, but I think the last couple of pounds just took a while too.
Yeah, the big determining factor here, they were within a minute of each other heading into the last 3 palaces, but TAH ended up having just a really rough time in P6, spent maybe somewhere in the 5 to 8 minutes range longer than JJ, and so just ended up coming into GP at the point that JJ had already killed Thunderbird and made it most of the way through. So.
And TAH has here decided he is done with the scene. I don't blame him. We will be switching over to the interview scene, seeing if JJ's got it sorted and if TAH wants to interview. Bring JJ back in. Can you hear us now?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, and we can hear you. Fantastic. GG.
Hey, yeah. I don't know. My desktop Discord is not working right. So, but yeah.
At least you weren't hacked, because that's what we've been dealing with for about on the side here for a bit.
I saw
Watch
that.
out for links, by the way. But GG's, what a scene.
Wow. Yeah. I was expecting, to see Alan done like 20, 30 minutes ago. Just, I don't know why. Just that, it seemed like every choice I was making was the wrong choice, but I guess that was really kind of the only choice for the most part.
Coming into the end of the scene where you just had to sort of do the last 3 palaces, that whole sequence, you two were about a minute apart from each other at the start. Both hit that same section. You did Valley of Death first, whereas JJ went straight to get his boots. But the difference ended up being, sorry, I'm getting things backwards. It's been a couple hours.
You're good.
Yeah, TAH went to get his boots first, but you ended up having a much easier time of P6. TAH got, I think, about 7-8 minutes slower on P6, just finding every loop and dead end and wrong way. Mm-hmm. And that ended up being the deciding factor.
Yeah, that was pretty much just luck, because I was getting turned around and there was a lot of similar rooms. 5 was a nightmare that way too. 5 and 6 were both bad.
Yeah,
we got lucky in one of them.
You both did 5 relatively early. TH did it on attack 3, basically right off the bat. But you both sort of found Guma right away, killed him, and moved on.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of freaked myself out on Guma because I don't know like a safe strat for him. It was like just enough to keep dying over and over. Luckily, he was close to the start.
Yeah. TAH, if you go back and watch the VOD, TAH did a really good job of keep him all the way on the right side and despawn his mace strat. It took him about 5 minutes to kill it on attack 3, but he did do it without getting hit, so...
And maybe we about evened out there.
Yeah, certainly took some time either way, but so with that, you're 2-0 now. How are you feeling about your chances in the coming rounds?
Well, I feel like worst case I get that play-in race, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I mean, there's so much. There's a very top tier of runners out there. So at some point, I expect to not be undefeated anymore.
Yeah, it's a tough field this year. GG's also the TH here in chat saying, "Well, that was abysmal." Agreed. It was bad. Oh my goodness, that death fountain.
Yeah, I just thought, I guess in my head I was thinking like I had to be missing something for, but I mean, it sounds like that was not the case. I was just baffled as to the scrambled vanilla Death Mountain to kind of loopy Maze Island, and then the glove block in 1 and vanilla East. It was not fun.
No.
Yeah, I just expected I was looking like an idiot and like there was a cave I'd missed or something. But I thought I'd done a pretty good job of making sure that there wasn't a random secret pass through somewhere. I guess there really can't be, right, on the Vanilla East. So.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I don't know.
it may have felt like you were going through it really slow, but I feel like that was just the seed. It was just mean.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
GG's
just
to
how it
Alan. I
goes.
mean, just getting through that one was a slog.
It was. It was such a start because it's like, okay, you're finding a few things. None of these spells are helpful. There's a vanilla DM and absolutely not much of else of interest. Well, I guess we know where you're going. Yeah, we knew that flute was in there. It's like, it's not Hammer Cave. Great. Watch it be Spectacle Rock. Yep. Watch
And
Boots
then
be on the west. Yep. Alright, we're going hiking. Here's for fun.
yeah, it's kind of crazy thinking back. So you go through the west, clear that, get basically nothing of, any note. And then Death Mountain, and like you said, of course, it's not the actual Death Mountain, and we don't have Hammer. And then you got to go to Darunia just to get Fairy, to go back to get the Hammer. I don't know if I'm going to watch this one back or not, but it might be a few days.
Yeah, this is a whole slugfest. Yeah, TH noting he got lost ever. You both got kind of lost.
Yeah.
TH, one early divergence is he found P5 and immediately beat Guma. It took him a little while because he was on attack 3 at the time. So you didn't have much of a fun time when you went there either. You had a really bad day on Guma, in fact.
Yeah, that was not fun. I don't know. Like I said, I guess I got in my own head because I normally don't have any problems with Guma.
Yeah, but sometimes he just decides to not cooperate.
It's kind of the game. Sometimes it's fun. Like the first, I can't complain because the seed I had last week was pretty easy. Nothing really to struggle with. So, all things being equal, I feel like it's about average. Yeah. Yeah, I guess did the third race start, or are we waiting on that yet?
So unfortunately, per aforementioned Discord hack, Krista was supposed to be on comms and restreaming it, and she got hit too, harder than I did apparently. So, well, yeah, that
Yeah.
reach ended up getting canceled. They are in fact going now. We will be going over to Wish the Block actually. Since they are not unfortunately getting restreamed due to well things. Be careful, everyone. GG's once again to both of our runners. Yeah, TH saying in chat, he was happy to really do Death Mountain the second and third time. It was an interesting one there too, because of how you guys each trip in Death Mountain is pretty well spaced apart. So we were commenting how the your differing routes through there, like your trips for Spectacle Rock, you guys took different routes. TH was a little later, but because you guys ran differently, TH got there right behind you, despite getting there a little late despite entering DM again a little later. And then things happen. Yeah, I had to laugh when TH did a double take at the new casino hint as well, just catching up on chat. What a
Oh God.
seed. Hour
Yeah, that.
54. Yeah, he entered he like you guys were double high fiving in the cave to New Casino, and it's like, oh, of course, thanks, game. Especially because TH beat Goom at like 15 minutes in. I don't blame him for not going in for staying in there because it was a pretty miserable dig. But if he had gotten that, this seed would have been quite a bit different.
Yeah, for sure.
That shows how it goes. GG's once again to our runners, JJ Schmidt and the Ellen Heffley. Give them both a follow. To my co-com, Ellen Darce, actually, thank you for holding down the fort through everything that happened today. And to our tracker, Vicky Slacker, doing all the clickety-clack as usual. Much appreciated. Let's see, coming ahead on the CSR schedule, we have, this is pretty much the last race stream of the race day. We do have a Cross Keys race wrapping up on ZSR3 as well. Tomorrow we've got a couple of Randomizer Season 5 tournament matches. Spytron versus Ryukane and Crystal Bellas versus Randomite. We've got some Cross Keys match between Roller J. Bradley and Top Life, and then we've got a few more Z2R races. 5:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Nimenva versus Pickles and Beer, and then Elendar here versus Animus United. Good luck on that, Elendar. As well as a Linked Pass NMG match to wrap up the day. Lots going on there and throughout the week if people want to watch. We'll hope to get those restreams on the schedule and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I think that'll be about it for us. We're gonna go right over to Ghost then. He and Big Slamu are racing each other right now. So we'll go wish them luck and call it a night. Thank you for watching all. We will see you next time.